Hey everybody, thank you for joining me once again. Tamara Tamu here with the Unleashed Alchemy channel. Welcome. Thank you for coming back. If you have been here, thank you for continuing to watch these messages and listen to these messages. If you are new here, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us here on the Unleashed Alchemy channel, where on this platform, we talk about going against the grain so that you can embrace all of you. What does that have to do with spirituality? Everything. Because your true essence, going back internally and getting reacquainted with the truth of you, the you of you, the great I am. Yes, I said it, the great I am that we often look at as some power that is outside of us, up there, out there somewhere. No, it is right here. It flows through you. All right. We are source having a human experience. All right. And so we came here to be fully expressed in that. All right. So that is what this platform is all about. So let's get into today's episode. So I want to talk about, this is a question that comes up all the time. We see it all the time. Maybe you have said it. Maybe you have asked the question in your life plenty of times before making any type of decision. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a life-changing decision. It can just be just simply taking an action step, okay? Ego versus intuition. How do I know if I'm being guided by intuition versus my own logical mind versus my own programmed thinking? All right, how do I know? How do I know if I'm being led by spirit? How do I know if I'm being led by the greater mind that is within me that knows all, sees all, hears all? All right, so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Now, here's what I want to remind everyone, and this is what I have to remind myself when I ask that question. You have to know. You have to embrace this. You have to step into this knowing that when you make spirituality the backbone of everything that you do, your relationship with spirit as the backbone of everything that you do, not just in the parts that make sense, not just the parts of your life that make sense, not just the parts of your life where you feel like you don't have as much control in this area versus this area. No, when you make spirituality the backbone of every part, okay, when you do that, you're allowing for that greater mind, the great creator, higher consciousness within you to guide you in all of your ways. You have made an instant decision to give your decision to your higher mind. That is what you do. That is what we do when we say, nothing is more important to me than my relationship with the great I am, with that infinite intelligence. So when we say, well, how do I know if I'm being led by intuition? Two things. That question can be freeing. How do I know that I'm being moved into action by the power within or by this limited ego? And yet that same question can also be binding as well. So it can be freeing, it can be binding. Freeing in the sense that you go back to the truth that we just talked about, where I said when you make spirituality the backbone of everything that you do, then you step into a knowing that you are always guided. So that question can either return you to that truth, or that question can place you over here to say, well, I don't know if I'm being guided, so therefore I'm not going to do anything. That's binding. And that is approaching your decision. That is you. That is, when we do that, we forget who we are. We forget our connection. We forget that power source that we always have access to. I don't care if it's deciding which store to go to to get groceries. Yes, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I mean that as serious as I can be, okay? Here's what I want to offer you. Be comfortable with not knowing the difference between taking action based off ego versus taking action and moving by your or from your or yes, by your intuition. Be comfortable with not knowing the difference between ego and intuition. I think I'm going to say that a third time. Be comfortable with not knowing the difference between ego and intuition. Why? So let's talk about what that comfort, being comfortable in that, what that means for you and how that is beneficial for you. Number one, that comfort in not knowing is going to bring calm to your nervous system. It is going to bring calm in a way that's going to calm your body down first, because we all know we can, if you remember any time where you had to make a quick decision or not, or if you were put in a situation, or if you're in a situation where you knew you had to make some decisions and you just really didn't know what step to take, you can pinpoint in your body, well, where you felt that strain, where you felt that stress, where you felt that uncertainty. We can all pinpoint where we have felt that in our body. So the comfort's going to bring calm to your nervous system. You're going to remember the truth that your vessel, because you have decided to make your vessel a spiritual vessel, you have decided to embrace that truth about you. That means you're open to receive. You remember that you're open to receive from source in everything that you do. So you'll never be able to miss guidance or miss a step. Also, when you are being comforted in not knowing the difference, you know that just for the simple fact that it is your heart's desire to be led by spirit, even if you were to go left and perhaps you took a right instead, you can go to the right with ease, knowing that spirit is going to reroute you anyway. And here's just a side note. The reroute does not have to be painful. That's another episode in itself. Okay? Also, the last point that I want to make on this is, when you get comfortable in not knowing the difference, a clear indication of your actions, sometimes that your actions are being guided by intuition, sometimes that won't be apparent until you make the first move. So many times when we're asking that question, it's because we're trying to tiptoe into action because we're afraid of making a mistake, when really it is source. It is the universe saying, hands open, is saying, here, come this way. You'll get a sign, or you'll know that it's intuition after you take a step. So that is why I propose, that is why, from my experience, that when you become comfortable in not knowing the difference, that is when the guidance can come through in a much easier way with no resistance. Because when you are approaching that question from being frantic, you either don't make a move at all, or you're just moving in different directions, scattered, which is blocking and muddling if that's even a word. Your vision is crowded. Your vision is clouded. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't feel, because now you're all up in your head. You're doing all these things because you feel like you have to do something, or, like I just said, the other extreme of that is that you're doing nothing. So embrace the comfort in not knowing so that you can receive the guidance. All right. So that is it for today's episode. Let me know what your takeaways are. Also, I realized that I didn't say this before, but if you would like to receive complimentary monthly energetic readings from me delivered to your email, sign up. All right, sign up every single month. At the top of every month, a new month is exciting, and a new month can also bring about feelings of being nervous. Okay, so sometimes it can help when we have an energetic forecast that can tell us, okay, this is the energy that we're carrying into a new month. These are perhaps the energies that we need to embrace for the month so that we can live optimally month after month, day after day, moment after moment. So if you would like that reading from me, all right, sign up today to get that reading delivered straight to your email. Also, don't forget about the 90-day spiritual consulting package that I offer. I am still taking one-on-one clients for that. If you would like more one-on-one support to get you into full spiritual freedom so that you're not hiding your gifts, so that you are allowing yourself, your gifts to be exposed in every single part of your life, so that you are not being led and controlled by any type of religious dogma or system, so that you can be free from that. All right. Sign up today to be a part of my 90-day spiritual package. Also, the Magic School. It is a monthly membership. Okay, come through, get some additional workshops, additional spiritual wisdom that can also be of support to you as we are all on this spiritual odyssey. All right, so that is for today's episode. The links for what I just talked about will be in the description box of this video. And until next time, cheers.